Geotechnical Engineering, Part A, Soil Mechanics, Session 13, Chapter 5, Soil Classification. So if we want to talk about soil in terms of engineering behavior, we can divide it like by a coarse material and fine grained soil. And the coarse material itself divided to gravel, which is the bigger one, and then sand grain soil. Fine fraction of soil we can have silt and clay. We show silt by ml, and M stand for inorganic silt, and MH low stand for plasticity. Most of the silts though are ML, which is low plasticity silt in fine grained soil. And if we want to categorize it by the behavior of their engineering behavior, we can call them like soil by the granular behavior, and especially ML, which is most of seeds are grouped in soil with granular behavior, and in the other part is soil with plastic behavior, which is fine, most fine material soil except MLs, which is something like a granular behavior of soil in terms of engineering separation of soil. And again, capital M stand for organic silt. And when we come to soil classification, it just goes to divide it to two part, which is like a AASHTO system and also unified system. The AASHTO system of soil classification developed in 1929 by Public Road Administration classification system, and unified is divided by Casagrande in 1942 by the Army Corps of Engineering in World War II. In AASHTO system, base of classification is based off is the grain size, also plasticity index PI of soil. Soil is classified into 7 major groups from A1 to A7 in AASHTO, and AASHTO from A1 to A3 is fine grained soil. A4 to A7 are granular soil. If Pi is equal or less than 10, that's a silt. If that's equal or bigger than 11, that's clay soil. And if Pi is between 10 and 11, that's a combination of clay and soil with low plasticity index, with Pi or Pi index. The separation of fine fraction and granular soil is sieve number 200, which is the grain is sieve are almost about 0.075 meters in size, and base of separation between fine and granular within the entire soil mass in unified system is 50-50. It means if 50% of material is passing through the sieve number 20 in unified system, that is considered like a more than 50% considered like a fine grained soil, and less than that is granular. Just 50-50, just a 50% of passing through sieve number 2. So if it's 52%, that's a fine. If it's 48%, it's a granular unified system. And likewise in but in AASHTO, if passing from sieve number 200 is more than 35% in H2O, if passing from sieve number 200 is more than 35%, the entire soil classified as a fine grained soil. So you can easily see the fine fraction of soil is a dominant minority the entire soil. So that based off a Ashto system. So if we have a 10 kg soil, so if we have a 10 soil which is 10 kilograms, in which 6 kg of that is granular material and 4 kg is fine fraction materials. In such case, in unified method, it just considered like which is granular is 50%. If 50% is passing through number 200C, if it's something like 51%, which is bigger than 50%, it's just a granular. So 60% is granular material. So the bigger chunk of material is granular, 40% is passing through sieve number, because 40% is smaller. So definitely in unified system, it just considered like a granular soil. In wide in Ashto, because 4 kg, which is 40%, is bigger than 35%. So passing through sieve number 200 is more than 35%. Passing through sieve number 200, which is the fine material, is more than 35%, which is 40% more than 35. It just considered like fine grained soil. So the same soil when it comes to separation has a difference between fine and ashto based on fine material. So it just says fine fraction is a dominant minority in soil classification. If we have gravel, sand, silt, clay, from the biggest to smallest in both system, ashto and ashto system is from 76.2 millimeters to 2 millimeters. Gravel, likewise in unified, that's 76.24 millimeters for gravel. Sand from 2 to 0.075 and 0.075 millimeters is the base of separation between granular and fine fraction. In granular, we can have sand and gravel, and in fine fraction, we can have silt or clay. So this is the separation line between your chunk of material, fine fraction material. Then for silt, between 0.075 and 0.002 millimeters are considered to be silt in ashto, and then smaller than 0.002 millimeters they are considered clay. But for fine material, we don't have any separation in unified. There is no separation between fine material based off grain size, but based off plasticity chart, we do have separation in unified method. So for unified method, any material, any fine fraction less than 0.075, which is number 200 sieve, is considered to be fine material. If you look at to the table of classification, a grain of 3 millimeters is gravel in ashto. So if we have but sand, consider a sand in unified. So if we have something like a 3 millimeters in diameter material, Consider sand in ashtop, the same size, considered like a gravel right system. If we come to plasticity chart, we draw plasticity index versus liquid limit. We can have U line. We don't have soil is not defined beyond this line. So any kind of soil should be under U line. That's ultimate for the existence of soil. So there is no nothing top of this above this line, but the soil, any soil is beneath this line. And the other one is considered like a line, which is again the top of A line is clay soil, and below this line is silt. So this is C, this is M. Number 15, liquid limit. Number 17, liquid limit. So top of A line, above A line, we have regions. Clay low means if your liquid limit is less than 50 and you're top of the A line, that's clay, but that's clay with low liquid limit. And CH is again clay with high limit, and CEH is C clay with extremely high plasticity. Low plasticity clay, high plasticity clay, and extremely high plasticity clay. Likewise, we have ML, MH, MEH. Low plasticity mud, high plasticity, low plasticity silt, high plasticity silt, and extremely high plasticity silt. We'll talk about the classification of soil in more detail in next video.